What's up, Dough Chaser? My name is Jason White, CEO and founder of Witness Riches, and today we're going to be talking about why it's not a good idea for you to invest in trade lines. So we're going through a pandemic, and a lot of you are beginning to see a lot of changes within our economy. And one of the big changes that we are noticing is banks, lenders, creditors, companies who provide you a line of credit are beginning to get more strict with their terms. A lot of companies are noticing that they have over-leveraged themselves, meaning that they have granted lines of credit to people with lower credit scores who have shown bad habits of not paying their debt. And due to the fact that people are beginning to lose their jobs, companies are beginning to get more strict with their terms because, to be honest, they're scared too. And they want to make sure that they begin to make decisions that are going to help them stick around a lot longer. And one of the things that they're looking to do to help them minimize their leverage and help them stay around a lot longer is they're beginning to change the guidelines on what credit scores they accept to enter into their program. And if you are someone who's been following the channel and you understand how important credit is, a lot of these companies are making it harder for you to get a line of credit. And you may be in a position where either you still have your employment or you maybe just lost your employment and you need a line of credit. You have some money stashed away and you're thinking about making a decision of investing into what the industry calls trade lines. And the reason I put the quotation marks up is due to the fact that a lot of people have a misconception of what trade lines actually are. A trade line is an account that reports payment history on your credit report that is attached to a line of credit. This could be a credit card, this could be a mortgage, this could be a bank line of credit, this could be a student loan. All of these accounts are considered trade lines, but the industry doesn't educate you on what trade lines are that are being marketed to you. A lot of people have the idea of a trade line being an aged or seasoned account, meaning that it has a long history attached to it, and you are basically added on to someone else's account as an authorized user. Now, there's two different ways to be added to someone's account as an authorized user. There's something called piggybacking, where one of your family members or your loved ones adds you to their account and you're considered an authorized user, or it's through purchasing trade lines. And what happens is a company or individual will accept fees from you, will add you to someone else's account, and the benefit is they have a long history of positive payments, and they also have a large line of credit on their credit report, and it's going to help you lower your credit utilization and also add positive payments to your credit report, which in fact does improve your credit score. The thing about these trade lines are a lot of these people are unaware that you're being added to their account, and two, it's very costly. Let me provide you with more context on why a lot of people are thinking about buying trade lines during this time. Because one, creditors are beginning to be more strict with their guidelines. And in order for you to get a line of credit, you need to have a higher credit score. And those of you who haven't worked on your credit or have seen slow progress with improving your credit score, you're beginning to panic and you want to improve your credit as quickly as possible so that you can either get a line of credit, get a credit card, get a bank loan, get a mortgage, whatever the situation is, you're looking to invest in trade lines to help you get that temporary boost. So today I want to talk to you about why I don't think it's a good idea for you to invest your hard-earned money into trade lines. I'm going to give you three particular reasons. So the first reason you shouldn't invest in trade lines is lenders are beginning to catch on to these tricks. They're beginning to pay attention to people, individuals suddenly improving their credit scores and using that increase to obtain a mortgage or get a credit card. They're beginning to catch on to this, and because so, they're beginning to create systems that allow them to catch on to the tricks that you're implementing. And recent studies have shown that companies are beginning to detect these changes to your credit and also detect the line of credits that have been added to your credit because of authorized users. And they're beginning to not even use that resource when computing your credit score to determine your credit worthiness. So you taking the money out and taking the time out to buy these aged trade lines to improve your credit score, to boost it so that you can get a mortgage, Come to find out, they're not even using that to determine your creditworthiness. And the way they do that is they've built relationships with companies that develop credit scores to determine your creditworthiness. And the company that I'm speaking of right now is a company called FICO. When determining your creditworthiness, 90% of lenders use FICO to figure out what your credit score is to determine if you are even creditworthy for the line of credit. And they have special credit scores when it comes to computing your credit score for your mortgage. They have these credit scores that have algorithms connected with information connected on your credit report. And if it shows authorized users on your credit report, they have a way to negate that information and not use it when computing your credit score. So you spending all of this money to invest in buying an aged trade line is a total waste of time because it's not even being used to determine your creditworthiness. So before I go any further, I have information here from Experian.com. For those of you who don't believe me, all right, I'm going to read this verbatim. It says, everyone has multiple credit scores, and some scores may not consider authorized user activity as representative of your trustworthiness as activity on an individual or joint account. For that reason, if you're looking to rebound from damaged credit or to see a big boost fast, you may want to open an account of your own. One of the credit scores that I was mentioning, FICO credit score, FICO 8 model, which is one of the credit scores that they use to determine your creditworthiness, that doesn't even incorporate authorized user activity. So when you're looking to buy a trade line and use that aged or seasoned information to help you, to benefit you, a lot of you are wasting your time because that's not even going to be used to determine your creditworthiness. These companies are beginning to create systems that allow them to pinpoint the tricks that you're using to improve your credit score and not even use that information when determining your creditworthiness. It's a total waste of time. I do not disagree with piggybacking off of family members. That's actually legitimate. I'm talking specifically about purchasing trade lines from companies or individuals who are selling aged trade lines online. And that's the first reason why I don't think it's a good idea for you to invest in trade lines. The second reason why you shouldn't invest in trade lines is it's a temporary fix. The information that's being added to your credit report is only being added for a temporary amount of time. You purchase the trade line, you get 24 months of history. Once you make that payment, it stops reporting new payment history on your credit report. That means that every month after that time period, that account that you just purchased for $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, that account becomes less impactful on your credit report because each month is not adding new payment history to your credit report. And each month that is not adding new payment history to your credit report, that means that each month it's going to have a less of an impact on your credit score. If you purchase this line of credit to make a move 6 months down the road, you just lost 6 months of history on your credit report, which means that the impact won't be as great. That's why you see a lot of people who purchase trade lines 6 months to a year later, their credit score begins to slowly drop back to where it was because they're not doing what they need to do to actually truly have a great credit score. So the second reason why I don't think it's a good idea for you to invest in trade lines is due to the fact that it's a temporary fix, and all of that money that you have invested into that account leads me to my third reason why you shouldn't invest into trade lines. The third reason being is you can use those funds to invest in your own payment history and ultimately have a greater impact on your credit score. The thing about credit is the longer that you have it, the better for your credit score. And unfortunately, aged trade lines, once you purchase them, the longer you have those trade lines, the less of an impact they have on your credit score because it doesn't continue to report payment history on your credit report. Imagine if you were to use that $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, whatever the amount that they're trying to charge you. Imagine if you were able to use that in investing in getting a secure card, which allows you to add positive payment history to your credit report, and it's something that you own that will continue to report payment history every month as long as you keep the account open. It's a one-time payment. You can get one of those set up for $200. Imagine if you were to communicate with your bank or start an account with the credit union and start what is called a secure loan. That loan will report payment history to your credit report every month. And then once you pay that off, you get that money back. There's ways for you to use those funds and pay down your credit card balances. When you reduce your revolving debt, your credit score ultimately goes up. So I would rather you use those funds and invest it back into yourself so that you can ultimately have a greater impact on your credit and your finances and have long-term success instead of a temporary win, which ultimately won't even be used to determine your credit worthiness. So those are my 3 reasons why you should not invest in trade lines. I really do believe that they are a total waste of money, and it's better for you to invest inside of yourself, work on repairing your credit, work on building your credit through investing in trade lines that you actually own. There are a lot of different strategies that you can implement to fix your credit. Buying trade lines is one that I don't recommend for a lot more reasons, but these are the top 3 reasons why you should not invest in trade lines. So hopefully that information was helpful. Please do me a favor, like this video and subscribe to the channel so that I can continue to provide you with information that's going to help you take your finances to the next level and massively boost your credit score. Again, my name is Jason White. I want to thank you for your time. You stay healthy, and I will see you on the next episode of Dough Chaser TV. I'm out. Peace.